about the digestive system, and our observation is about what will happen to the cow at sawdust ad libitum.
Oh, ad libitum. So do you all know what's the meaning of ad libitum?
Ad libitum.
Yeah. ADLIBITUM. Ad libitum. Okay, ad libitum means it is as desired. That means based on the prescription. So how much we should give based on the prescription. So that's ad libitum.
Oh, such as if we eat medicine, we need to eat ad libitum.
Something like that. I don't think so. I don't think it's more to animals, I guess. Yeah.
Thank you, Denisha, for the explanation. Yes, I will give the learning objective of our observation today. First, I will state and also explain a little bit about our learning objective regarding to this observation. Firstly, it is to identify the chemical composition in the sawdust. As you know, sawdust contains a lot of compound and nutrients such as cellulose, lignin, carbohydrate, and also fatty acids. It has high nutritional value that is essential for the cow. Secondly, is to investigate the effect of excessive or the ad libitum of sawdust in animals, especially cow. Basically, sawdust is good for the cow, and if it's taken too much by the cow, nothing will happen, and it just makes the cow more hungry. Thirdly, is to study about the reaction or digestion process of the composition of sawdust in cow. Cow was a ruminant animal, and it have 4 chambers, which is rumen, reticulum, omasum, and abomasum. It starts with the rumen and ends with the reticulum. End with abomasum. The most digestion process occurs in the rumen, and rumen contains billions of bacteria that help to digest the food, which is in the sawdust. Billions bacteria. And last but not least is to understand about the rate of every compound needed in the feed of cow. Cow need about 60% of protein, 65 to 75% of carbohydrates, cellulose and lignins, and also 5% of fat for the additional source of energy. Mineral and vitamin are needed for specific functions in animal metabolism. So that's our learning objective for this observation.
So guys, do you guys know about what is sawdust?
Not really.
Like,
no, that's the sense,
on
but
the
I don't know
surface.
the specific.
Okay, so I'm going to explain now. Listen carefully.
Alright, teacher.
Sawdust, also known as wood dust, is a byproduct of cutting, grinding, drilling, sanding, or pulverizing wood or other materials with a saw. Cutting, grinding, drilling, sanding, pulverizing.
Many of.
Okay. So it is composed of fine particles of wood. It is also the byproduct of animals, the birds and insects that live in the wood, such as woodpecker and carpenter ant.
Woodpecker is a bird, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, sawdust has a variety of practical uses, including serving as a mulch, as an alternative to clay plaster, or as a fuel. Before the invention of refrigerator, sawdust was often used in ice houses to keep the ice frozen during the summer. Sawdust is also used in the manufacture of charcoal briquettes. So I have explained generally about sawdust. So do you know what sawdust is actually made of?
I just know it.
Sawdust is actually made largely of cellulose. And do you know what enzyme can digest cellulose?
Cellulase.
Yes, and it can be found in ruminants. But do we have them?
No.
But if the cow just digests sawdust just like that, the cow can't digest the sawdust because sawdust has lignin. Lignin is actually a structure that wraps itself around cellulose that makes the sawdust rigid and have strength. That is why we have to remove the lignin in order for the cow to digest the cellulose. So by a test done by a certain professor in somewhere in this world, it tried to soak the sawdust in nitric acid to strip it lignin from the sawdust, and when the lignin is stripped from the sawdust, the cow can eat the sawdust normally like it's any other regular feed. So it's very good to replace feed such as hay and grass if there's not much hay and grass. So sawdust can be one of the feed for the cow. Yeah,
It's a good alternative.
especially during the
Yeah.
so sawdust is actually made of 50% cellulose and 30% lignin, and the other 20% may be fatty acids, such as it.
So the lignin is such as the plastic bag.
Yeah,
It's like you want to eat a snack, you need to open the plastic bag.
Yeah, good analogy.
Okay.
I see a picture of a cow there.
Oh yeah,
Anyone
cow.
want to explain about it?
About this?
Yeah.
So this is actually the picture about the digestive system of a cow. Do you know that a cow has a multi-chambered digestive system?
Yes.
What does it call?
It
It is actually polygastric.
Oh.
Yeah, I got it right.
Yeah, you got it.
Congratulations.
How many chamber? 4. Do you know the sequence?
I think so.
The digestive will begin at the mouth, and then it will pass through the esophagus, entering the rumen. And then it will pass through reticulum, omasum, and then abomasum, and finally to small intestine.
Which is the real stomach.
The real stomach is the rumen.
Rumen.
Is the real and the biggest and the largest
Oh.
compartment. Okay, so shall I start for this?
You already started.
So the first chamber is the rumen. Okay, so in the rumen, fermentation will occur. The fermentation occur which allow the digestion to occur. It's actually the bacteria that digested the feed they eat, not the cow itself. So the rumen contains billion of bacteria, and more specifically, 1 milliliter of rumen fluid contains like 10 to 50 billion of microbes and over 1 million of protozoa. 1 milliliter of rumen fluid.
That's a lot.
Yes. Okay, so the bacteria will attach to the feed to digest the food. Yeah. So one simple way to improve digestibility and energy value of feed is to increase the surface area of the food through the processing. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the second chamber, but before that, do you know that cow will chew the cud?
Yeah.
So this is where the chewing the cud will happen in the reticulum. Okay, so this compartment is attached to the rumen and has a honeycomb structure to its wall. The main function of this compartment is to trap large particles, first to make sure that they don't enter the next section of the stomach before they are digested, and second is to collect for additional rumination. Okay, so the particles are then regurgitated, rechewed, and cells be added and then re-swallowed. This process is chewing the cud. They will re-chew, re-eat.
Oh, after
They will eat back.
back to the mouth.
Yeah.
Oh.
So saliva is important to the rumen as it functions as buffer. So cow will produce like 25 to 40 gallons of saliva per day. So this system will allow cattle to eat forage rapidly and then store later for digestion. Okay, so the third chamber is the omasum. So yeah, omasum will act as a filter. So rumen is 80% water, and cattle are required to drink 35 to 40 gallons of water per day, mainly to maintain the rumen environment. So the manifold of omasum serve to squeeze out the water from the feed, so that the majority of the water doesn't escape into the rest of the digestive tract and remains in the rumen. Okay, so the last chamber is the upper muscle. This compartment is similar to our stomach, has a low pH and enzyme to digest the protein in the feed. So microbial protein plus undigestible intake of protein from the feed is broken down, and these amino acids are absorbed in the small intestine. The last part, the small intestine. Okay, so the nutrients presented to the cow at this point are very different than the feed which enter the rumen. Okay, so because of the ruminant digestive system organ mass is much greater than percentage body weight of a monogastric, more energy is required to maintain the digestive system, and this is the primary reason for the difference in feed efficiency between the species. On a forage-based diet, the digestive system requires 40 to 50% of daily energy intake and 30 to 40% of crude protein intake in order to maintain it. One advantage of feeding grain versus the forage is this organ will actually reduce in size and nutrient demands, therefore allowing more nutrient to be available to the animal for growth and other function. Do you guys finally understand about the digestive system?
Yeah, so
Okay. Do you actually know how many types of digestive system?
I only know 2, but I don't know what is 2.
Yeah. 3? 2? Any more guess?
I think 2.
2. 2. Okay, so there are only 2 types, which is the polygastric and monogastric. So I just talk about the polygastric just now.
Okay.
So, how about the monogastric?
Yeah.
What about monogastric?
Okay, I will explain about the monogastric. Okay. The monogastric organism has a simple single chamber stomach compared to the ruminant organism like the cow, like this, which has 4 chamber stomach. Example of monogastric animal include omnivores such as us, humans, rats, dogs, and pigs. Carnivores as cat, and herbivores such as horses and rabbits. Herbivores with monogastric digestion can digest cellulose in their diets by way of symbiotic gut bacteria. However, their ability to extract the cellulose is not well enough, is less efficient than the ruminant. Herbivores digest cellulose by microbial fermentation. Monogastric herbivores which can digest cellulose nearly as well as ruminant are called hindgut fermenters, while ruminant are called foregut fermenters. The hindgut fermenters are divided into 2 groups, which based on the relative size of various digestive organs in relationship to the rest of the system. The first one is colonic fermenters, tend to be larger species such as horses and rhinos. The second one is sickle fermenters such as rabbits and rodents, the smaller animals. The grape, eggs, others than human derive significant amount of phytic acid from the high gut fermentation of plant material. Monogastric can digest the fiber molecule cellulose as efficiently as ruminant, so the ability to digest cellulose varies among species. A monogastric digestive system works as soon as the food enters the mouth. Our saliva moisten the food and begin the digestive process. After being swallowed, the food passes from the esophagus into the stomach, and the enzyme in the stomach will break down the food. Bile salts stored in the gallbladder empty the content of the stomach into the small intestine, where most fats are broken down. The pancreas secretes enzyme and alkali to neutralize the stomach acids.
So that's the difference between polygastric and monogastric.
And I want to add some more. The llamas and alpacas are pseudo-ruminants. Do you know?
They're like ruminants, but yeah, not ruminants.
Because the pseudo-ruminants, because they have 3 compartments of stomach instead of 4.
What is this one?
But they are ruminants.
They are ruminant.
What the 3? What is the 3 compartments?
Such as yourself.
So there's actually three types of digestive system.
Yes.
Okay.
Digestive system or chamber?
Chamber.
Okay. So just now you did mention about the compartments, the chambers and all the four chambers, and also the how it works, how is the process. So are you really sure what is going on inside? No. Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, we got an idea.
Okay, so I'll just introduce a little bit more. Okay, is that okay?
Yeah.
So it's like, to put it simple, so when the cow is hungry, he will eat, the cow will eat, the cattle will eat. So when it eats the grass or whatever feed, sawdust or grass, sawdust is a different case because like our friend Juliana mentioned just now, sawdust it contains lignin. So when this lignin is like wrapped around the cellulose, so it cannot be digested right away. So like she said, we have to use like acid, right? The professor found out that using acid will break down the lignin, and then only they can consume the feed. So I also actually found out the other way how to remove the lignin. This process is called delignification. Delignification, so it's to remove the lignin from the sawdust. So the treatments include alkali treatments, not only using acid, we can also use alkali, which also is, the composition is like 12% of sodium hydroxide plus 3% of ammonia. So this alkali treatment can also remove lignin. But this method is normally used for grass only. If for like all the forages, we can use also alkaline method, alkaline treatment. So this alkaline treatment is called alkaline hydrogen peroxide lignin treatment. So it's effective in all forages. And the other way is biological delignification, which is they found out that they use this white rock fungi that can actually help to remove it also. So it's like a biologically. It's not like using not using chemicals. Yeah.
Is it using fungus?
Yeah, it's called white rock fungus. White rock. Yeah. So okay. So when the sawdust, so because our topic is about sawdust, so when the cow, let's say this cattle or this cow is under, it's like what do you call it? It's in ran by the farmer. Feed their cattle or the cows. The feed is normally already delignified, so that they can feed normally usually. So when this feed is already delignified, so it's like a normal process. It's become sugar already because it only contains the cellulose, so it's like a normal digestion of sugars, carbohydrates. So it's like this. So the cow briefly chews, breaking into smaller pieces because the mouth, the teeth will break into smaller pieces. And then also there's digestive enzymes like in the saliva. See, like ours, we have amylase in our saliva, so it will break down also. After that, pass down the esophagus and then to the first two chambers, so the rumen and the reticulum. Rumen and the reticulum is, we also categorize it as reticulorumen. So it's reticulum plus rumen, reticulorumen. Okay, so let's enter the reticulorumen. So just now Nadia already explained about it, so I just continue. So most feed is fermented in the reticulorumen, and then small amount will then pass to the omasum and the abomasum, which is the third and the fourth chamber. And then these larger food particles are then regurgitated, like what she said just now, like you bite and then you go in and then come out and then you chewing it again, yeah, and then re-swallowed again. This is called chewing the cud, like what she said. So there are several kinds of rumen bacteria. Each is specific to the type of food they want to digest, because the enzyme they contain is very specific. Okay, so rumen bacteria digest cellulose, hemicellulose, starch, sugar, and organic acids, protein and fat. So the the main nutrient they want, I mean for the cattle and the cows is actually VFA, is volatile fatty acids. It is then absorbed directly from the rumen into the animal's bloodstream. Okay, so that, are you clear? Okay, so there is also protozoa found in the rumen, and these protozoa are classified according to their cell morphology. So not only the we always mention about rumen bacteria, so actually protozoa is one of them. And then, yeah, so living after that from the reticular rumen into the omasum and then into the abomasum, and then so the digesta, meaning the feed that is digested, we call it digesta, passes into the abomasum, and then in the abomasum also they secrete this digestive enzyme to further break down again, and then absorbed into the small intestine, like what she said. So what about the undigestible one? These undigestible materials will actually pass down to the large intestine, and then in the large intestine, excess moisture, meaning water, is like absorbed back into the body, and then fecal material is then formed. Then the
SPC.
yeah. So a little bit more about this regarding this topic, because since our topic is about adult, a mature cow. So what's the difference between the calf and a mature one? Meaning the small one and the mature, the young one and the adult. So actually, for the young ones, right, in the calf, rumen, reticulum, and omasums are undeveloped.
Oh.
Yeah, because now it's like, because they are first like very small as in like at birth or like first few weeks of life. So their rumen, reticulum, omasum are undeveloped. So the abomasum is the largest compartment of the stomach. Yeah, the abomasum. So during the scene of feeding, milk bypasses the rumen via the esophageal groove and then pass directly into the abomasum. So this is what is different about the young and adult.
Okay, so wait, I just have to interrupt for a while. Talking about calf, so have you all heard before of what? Colostrum.
Like
Yes.
is it like milk?
Yeah. It is actually the first milk of a cow which is produced before and after giving birth, which is full of antibodies, and nutrients. So that is colostrum. So you guys should remember this terminology. It's very important. Colostrum. Yeah, it's antibody-rich first milk. Yeah. Yes, very good for the cow.
Okay. So are there any effects of sawdust?
Effects that.
Just, I don't know. Is there any bad effect or?
Yes, there is some bad effect of the sawdust to the cow. In the severe drought, sawdust may be used as cattle feed, but sawdust will always be considered as a last choice of a roughage because sawdust has no nutrition value at all. Its function is a mechanical one to allow the rumens to work. So there are some farmers like to feed the cow by using cypress pine sawdust. So what is cypress pine? Cypress pine is a type of coniferous tree that never lost its leaf. So we would prefer hardwood sawdust compared to the cypress pine sawdust. This is because the cypress pine sawdust would probably have some toxic influence on rumen microorganisms. This is because the compound in the cypress pine known to have an antifungal activity that would cause a problem with the normal microorganism in the rumen. The operation of the rumen would be efficient and the cost of feeding will increase. So there are some precautions when feeding the cattle by using the sawdust, which is first, we must use the coarse sawdust in preference of fine sawdust. Second, don't use the sawdust more than 15% by its weight of any diet. The third one, we must confirm that the sawdust that we use have not been derived from timber treated by pesticide or contain any chemicals. Fourth, don't use the sawdust from cheap timbers. So I'm now going to briefly explain about impaction. Impaction is a blocking of the digestive tract which preventing animals from defecating and eventually killing them. At a high rate of use, impaction is in the rumen and organism is more likely to occur after the prolonged feeding. So can anyone add on the sign of infections?
Yes, the sign. Yeah, the sign. Yeah, a few signs if the cow had an infection. Firstly, kicking at the belly. If the cow had indigestion. Next, grunting and groaning. Grunting and groaning. Right, get it?
Yeah.
Next, lack of normal rumen sound. It's just like if a cow has
Weird sound.
people the sound like bad. Infection. That's all the sign of the infection. Apart from infection, if the cattle eat too much sawdust, it also cause acidosis. Acidosis is occur when the pH of the rumen chamber is full, less than 5.5 pH.
It's not a normal.
Not at normal pH. It need. So there are two cause of this can two of cause that can infect this. First, the rumen stop moving and they change in acidity at the rumen chamber. Why sawdust can make the pH fall? It's because if we take a lot of sugar, so our body will need to secrete more the specific enzyme, same like the cattle. If they take too much sawdust, the bacteria in the rumen secrete more acid and make the rumen the pH fall. That's because of the acidosis. But you also have good thing about sawdust if you can tell it, right?
Okay. You guys know why farmers give sawdust to cattle? It's one of the reasons. Okay, the first one is because the cow itself likes this sawdust. A farmer had done, they put a bales of hay and they fill with sawdust, and this cattle move from the hay to the sawdust. So it shows that the cow likes the sawdust. And second, it is easy and inexpensive. As this farmer who give the cows eat this sawdust, he found out that in between January to April, more than 50 tons of sawdust to his 40 cows, and it only cost of 1.40 something a cow for a day. So it is very cheap. And the third is because it is a green way to raise a cattle, where as we know, when we use sawdust, we are actually recycling something that would otherwise go to waste, right? And it also eliminates all the fuel consumption and chemical inputs and intensive land use that would be required to feed grain or hay to the cattle. And it's also a ration for fattening a cattle. Okay, a feeding trial has been conducted, which they give a cattle and a sheep. They feed this animal using a base or concentrated formula with and without sawdust. And the feeding treatment was 2.5% of oyster shell, and the other vessel contained 2.5% of sawdust. And the result shows that the animals gain better weight when it just feed with this 2.5 of sawdust. That's all.
So it's quite a long discussion. So
We're here to the question.
yeah, and do you have anything to add? I'm sorry. Yeah, I would like to add on to a few terminologies that might be new to you guys. as earlier I've already mentioned about ad libitum and also colostrum. So I'm going to just say a few things about another 3 more terminologies. And one of it is anhydrosis. So anhydrosis, like you can see from the word hydro, so it's related to water. So it actually refers to a situation where an animal cannot sweat. So that's what they call it as anhydrosis. And then we have ankylosis. It's a condition where the joints of the animal, that means the joints, they are unable to move. The joints are unable to move. Yeah. So that usually is caused due to illness or any medical procedure. And then lastly, we have androgynized cow, where it's a term used only for cows, obviously, and it's usually used when a cow has undergo testosterone therapy. So we call it as androgynized cow. So we have 5 terminologies: ad libitum, colostrum, ankylosis, and also androgynized cow. Alright. Yeah, that's all.
In conclusion, what happens when the cow eats sawdust?
So nothing happens.
Nothing happens, it will pass out as feces because the lignin is still there. So I guess we got a lot of information from this discussion.
Thank you everybody.
Thank you very much everyone.